6 months on YouTube, 26 videos published, 70,000 views, and now over 1,500 subscribers. I'm making this video because I really personally enjoy watching other creators look back after being on the platform for 6 months, maybe a year, maybe even 2 or 3 years. I find them very helpful when I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel because it gave me an idea of what to expect and the realities. I also think it's really cool for myself to be able to look back in maybe a year's time and think, oh wow, remember when I was at 1,500 subscribers? Or actually maybe in a year's time I'll be on like 1,400 subscribers. We'll see. But I think it'd be really cool for me to kind of document this journey and have something to look back on. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 things that I've learned after being on YouTube for 6 months. These are going to be some kind of realities of being on the platform, and hopefully some of the things that you may not have thought of, and some things to think about if you are starting your own YouTube channel, or if one day you maybe aspire to start a channel. So with that being said, let's get into the 5 things that I've learned after being on YouTube for 6 months. The first thing I've realized is that it is hard. It's really hard. It's only once you start making videos that you kind of realize and have this newfound appreciation for just how much effort your favorite creators put into their videos. I watch guys like Ali Abdaal, Captain Sinbad, Matt Diavella, Christian Guzman, Max Tunin, Graham Stephan, and now I watch them and I am astounded by just how much effort these guys put into their videos every single week. It's funny that when you watch videos as a consumer, it is a completely different mindset to being a creator and someone who actually makes YouTube videos. When you're watching as a consumer, you're very much in the mindset of, I like this video, I'm gonna keep watching it. Whereas when you're a creator, you're sat there thinking, how did they do that? Or, oh, that B-roll was cool, like how did they film that? And your mindset kind of completely changes, and you have this newfound appreciation for just how good your favorite creators are. Like those guys you watch and they've got millions of subscribers, they are extremely hardworking, talented, like a lot goes into it to get to that high level. Anyone who says, oh, it's just making YouTube videos, I would challenge you, go and make a YouTube video. Like it is very, very difficult to make a video that keeps people engaged throughout so that they watch enough, so that the video gets recommended to the algorithm. And this makes it particularly difficult when you're new and when you're a very, very small channel, because you know that you have to put in all this effort and try and compete with these guys, even though you can't, but you try and aspire to get to that level. And yet no one is watching your videos. No one's watching them. No one really cares. And it's really, really unmotivating when you put so much time into something to try and make it as good as your favorite creators, and then no one watches it. But unfortunately, you just kind of have to keep going. At least that's what I'm telling myself. The part that I didn't appreciate how difficult it would be is that of storytelling and actually crafting a compelling video where people want to continue to watch and don't just get bored after 30 seconds and then bounce into another video. Being able to craft a script that keeps people engaged throughout and really just make a story while getting your message across, while making sure the thumbnail and the title is aligned. So the first thing I've learned that has really surprised me is just how difficult it is. That doesn't put me off though, because I love a challenge. The second thing I've learned is that I'm not able to watch YouTube in the same way that I used to. This is natural, and it happened to me when I started producing music as well. It's only natural when you start to build your own channel on YouTube that you start studying the craft of YouTube. Instead of sitting down and watching your favorite creators, you now study things in order to try and become a better YouTuber and try and improve the quality of your videos. Also, when you are watching your favorite creators to try and chill and unwind, you also find that you kind of ask yourself, oh, I wonder how they shot that, or oh, I wonder what camera or lens they're using. And it's natural because you are trying to up your game and improve, but it does mean that you watch YouTube and use YouTube in a slightly different way. You're always thinking, oh, that's a cool title, I could do a video on that, or oh, I like what they did with that thumbnail. You start to utilize the platform and try and seek inspiration wherever you can. It's very different. I grew up watching YouTube, and I've watched YouTube for probably the last 10 years, and I absolutely love the platform. If you're like me, I use YouTube to kind of chill the same way others would with Netflix. I just like watching YouTube videos to kind of wind down. And now that's become a a little bit different because whenever I'm watching my favorite creators' videos in my subscription feed, I'm also kind of watching as a creator through a creative lens. I think all of this is natural, and if you are thinking of starting a channel, I would just ask yourself, do you actually want to start a YouTube channel, or do you just like watching YouTube? You have to kind of distinguish between the two. Of course, I still watch YouTube. I still watch a lot of YouTube, but I find myself watching other things like comedy and podcasts. And I think that's really, really good. And it's something that you should think about too, is try not to consume just the content that you're trying to make, because it becomes very stagnant and very stale. The third thing that I've learned is that I find self-promotion quite difficult. This has probably been the hardest part about starting YouTube for me. I didn't have a problem with publishing my videos on YouTube because, you know, no one was searching for me. You wouldn't be searching for Jac Williams on YouTube because no one really knew that I had a YouTube channel. The hard part came when I realized that I wasn't going to get any views unless I pushed my YouTube channel on my personal social media. So on my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. This is something that I think you should bear in mind if you struggle with self-promotion in the same way that I do. If you do want views, and let's be honest, we all want some views, you are going to have to push your YouTube channel and post your videos on your personal social media. Unless you have an absolutely huge following on social media already, which I absolutely do not, then you're gonna have to push your videos. It's just kind of the way it is. In order to get some initial traffic, you need some family, some friends to go and watch your video, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff in order to get some initial traction. And that part's great because you do get some views, but the downside of this is that you have to put yourself on your personal social media and say, oh yeah, guys, like, I know it's really cringe, but I've made a YouTube channel and I spent like 10 hours making this video and no one's watched it, and could you please just go over and like subscribe or like or whatever, and like, I know it's really cringe. And that was kind of my experience. I just felt like, oh god, like why would people go over and watch this and then they're gonna have to listen to me and watch me? And I just found it super, super uncomfortable. I still find it uncomfortable. I don't really do it as much as I probably should, but you're gonna have to. And I told myself that, look, I've spent a while making this video, and ultimately I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't go and ask people to try and watch it, because there's nothing worse than businesses who make a product and just think people are going to come. People are not going to come. You have to market to them. You have to get people to try and buy in. It does get easier the more subscribers and the bigger you get on YouTube, but I found self-promotion really, really difficult. The funny thing about this, as an aside as well, I was just thinking that when you post on social media and you make a big post and you include the video and you ask people to go and watch it, a lot of the time people won't even engage with your post because you don't have like many likes on the post and it's not cool to like engage with it. However, and this is a big one, people on your social media will still go and watch the video. Trust me. I've posted a few times on like my Facebook, LinkedIn and stuff, and I'll get maybe 5 or 10 likes on the post, but then the video will get like 150, 200 views in a night. And this is natural because even though people might want to not be seen to like publicly support you, they'll still go and watch your video because we're all nosy. So you have to do it. It's very, very good to get some early views on your videos because you stand more of a chance of getting picked up by the algorithm, getting recommended in search. So yeah, the third thing I found was that self-promotion for me is quite difficult. This is one of the things that I am continuing to work on. The fourth thing that I've learned is that it's going to take a long time to be yourself on camera. I think I've made probably 30 or 40 videos at this point, and it's only now that I've even started to feel a little bit more comfortable on camera. I'm by no means completely myself on camera. Like, it still feels weird every single time I set this up, press record, there's a screen there, like it still doesn't feel natural. And to be honest with you, I wonder if it will ever feel completely natural, because it is quite odd just talking to this object. However, I've learned that the more I do it and the more I just put myself in front of the camera, the more that I start to kind of bring out little bits of humor, because in real life, I'm always laughing. I'm always trying to make people laugh. I'm always looking for the joke in the room. Like, I'm that person. It's really difficult to try and get that across on camera. When I'm editing back my videos, I notice that more and more my personality is coming across, which is great, because ultimately I think that is how you grow on YouTube. I think authenticity wins. I noticed looking back at my first videos where I talk about civil service careers stuff that I'm not even smiling. Like, I look miserable. My voice isn't great. It's quite monotonous. I wasn't aware of certain things. However, what I can say is that my public speaking skills have improved dramatically. And I think it's down to exposing myself on camera like this, not exposing myself in that way. Yeah, that wasn't great. Ignore that. But editing yourself back and looking back and thinking, oh wow, does my voice really sound like that? And you're like, yeah, it does, Jack. You should probably change that. And you're like, okay, noted. I guess all of this stuff kind of comes over time, and I just hope that in a year or so, my personality will be able to shine through on camera, because I think that's how you get really good at YouTube. Right, the final thing, the fifth thing I've learned is that the analytics can be both good and bad. As a data analyst, I check the YouTube Studio app on my phone far too often. I'm always looking into the data, seeing which videos perform well, which didn't, how many subscribers I'm growing at, etc. And it becomes extremely addictive. I hear a lot of rather big YouTubers say, oh, you know, when you're starting out, you shouldn't worry about the analytics. And I'm like, well, you know, that's fine for you to say, because you have 1.5 million subscribers. Like, I'm over here with 10, cut me a break. And I think I get where they're coming from. They're trying to say that you should just focus on putting out videos. And I 100% agree with them. That's been my mentality. Just putting out video after video after video. However, when you're new, those first few subscribers, they mean the absolute world. I remember when I was getting 1 or 2 new subscribers a day, and I was just so grateful. And it was so motivating for me to try and make new videos, because you're getting no views, and just even one person leaving a comment, subscribing, can just make your days. I think the analytics can be really helpful, because it can pinpoint you into, oh, that video did well, so maybe you could make another video like that. Or people commenting asking for this, so maybe you could make another video about that. However, it can definitely get to a point where you are refreshing the YouTube Studio app 20, 30 times a day, just hoping that you have a new subscriber. And now I go through stages where I actually delete the YouTube Studio app, because I don't think it's that productive, and I would rather put my time and energy into other things. However, miraculously, it has snuck its way back onto my phone. So the point here is to try to not get obsessed with the analytics, but use them as a tool, because they are very helpful. I'm now striving to just continue to publish 1 video a week, and I want to really up the quality of my videos, to try and include more B-roll, try and storytell a little bit more. Now I've hit 1,000 subscribers, I don't really have more subscriber goals, because that's never ending. I focus on goals that I can control, and what I can control is putting out 1 video every single week. That was my goal at the start of this year, and I am now currently halfway through. In 6 months' time, I look forward to making another video titled 1 year on YouTube, what I've learned. I hope you'll join me at that point. Thanks very much for watching this video. Be brave, take care, and I'll see you all very soon.